Okay, good. It is a nice afternoon. I hope everyone had a great day. So, where were we in the previous session? Anyone can remember what are the topics we discussed in the last class, or what we are discussing right now? Anyone can tell? Anyone can tell? Nobody. Okay, Santu. Last session, what we discussed, Santu? Don't know, sir. Okay.
Sir, join Hindu family, sir.
Okay. Solomon role, join into family. Okay, fine. Good. Nice. So we are discussing about forms of organizations. Okay. We are discussing about forms of organization and various types we were looking at. So a quick recap of what are topics we discussed so far. So, okay, it will be very quick. So just if you have notes, just verify it whether you took all the notes, or if you want to update it, you just update it as we go. So we were discussing about forms of business, and we saw why it is important, and we classified them into two different types. Okay, non-cooperative enterprises and cooperative enterprises. And in non-cooperative enterprises, we saw that it is the company is run by individual, and it is run and managed by a single person, and there is less legal formalities. And we saw about the three classification of non-cooperative enterprises, that is sole trading concern, partnership firm, and joint Hindu firm. So each of these type of business model has its own merits and demerits. So we discussed all those things like sole proprietorship, partnership firm, and a joint Hindu family. And then we discussed about corporate enterprises. Corporate enterprises is nothing but company which are framed legally. Okay, companies which has legal framework. So that is what we saw in corporate enterprises. In corporate enterprises, we saw a company is made by association of many persons. Okay, so that is very important. So whereas in the non-corporate enterprises, it is meant to be single person, but in corporate enterprises, it's meant to be many persons. Okay, the term is very important. The change of words is very important. Okay, you can just, if you listen, you can write it well in the examination. So where they contribute money for a common purpose. Okay, not for different purpose. For a single common purpose, they invest money and they make some profit. This is what the definition given by Lord Justice Lindley. So that there is a big definition. I just cut short it for the time being. And then we saw about three different types of corporate enterprises. The first type is joint stock companies. Second type is cooperative societies. And third type is state enterprises. We saw in the previous class about joint stock companies. Only about joint stock companies. Nothing much. Only about joint stock companies. This joint stock companies are very much in legal in perspective and a very limited liability. You can transfer the shares to your person you want. So joint stock companies has a specific role to play in a business organization. And we were discussing about the merits and demerits of joint stock companies as well. Are we clear? Is there any doubt? Any doubts here? Good afternoon, Pradeep. Thank you. Any doubts? Sir, this point is not clear. Can you go back? Yes, I'm ready to do that. Any doubts? Okay, no. Mary Sandra says no. Nitish says no. Mukesh says no. Okay, thank you. Good. Okay, today we are going to see about cooperative institutions. Okay, these cooperative institutions are known to be a voluntary association. Okay, just make a note of it. Voluntary associations are known to be cooperative institutions. So how this volatility forms? Many individuals will come together and they will start this cooperative society. So for a definition, I put like this: a voluntary association of individuals who join together on voluntary basis for the advancement of their common economic interests. Okay, so we are discussing about formation of business. Why we do business? Why we do business? What is the reason we do business? To earn profit. Yes, as Sufyan, yes, to earn profit, to get money. Yes, that is why we do business. Okay, so this what
We got
voluntary.
knowledge, sir.
Enna Pradeep? What Pradeep?
Knowledge. We got knowledge, sir, in business.
Okay, we also get knowledge. Good. So, voluntary association of individuals who join together on voluntary basis. Okay, it is not compulsion. It is only a voluntary act. Okay, basis for the advancement of their common economic interests. Okay, you have to understand, though it is voluntarily formed, though it is done for a voluntary work, there is reason behind it. What is the reason? Economic reason. Economic is nothing but you earn money, you create revenue, you give job to people. These are the things are known to be economic interest. So please make note of it. Economic interest is nothing but you earn money, you earn profit, you create job, you create wealth for others. Okay, next we'll see about some proper definitions given for cooperative institutions. So these definitions are very important for in the exam point of view as well as for the university exam point of view. So possible you learn it as it is, or don't change the meaning of it and write it in your own words. Okay, so this definition is given by this Maclan Committee on Cooperation. Maclan Committee on Cooperation. Okay, what this committee suggested is towards this. Vedi, can you unmute? So can you mute your mic? Yes, thank you, Vedi. Yeah. Okay, so what this Maclan Committee told us regarding cooperative institution is, cooperation implies that an isolated, okay, and a powerless man can, by association with others and by moral development and a mutual support, obtain in his own degree the material advantage available to wealthy and powerful persons. Can anyone understand this? What they are coming to tell? Any idea? Any idea what this definition is coming and telling to us? Okay, I will explain you. Okay, I want a volunteer to interact with me. Whom shall we pick? Okay, shall we call Junaid. Junaid, can you hear me, Junaid?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Junaid. Junaid,
Yes, sir.
okay, I will ask you a few questions. You have to answer me, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. In your area, okay, in your place, okay, the water is not coming properly.
Okay, sir.
If I come and complain to you, okay,
Yes, sir.
can you take any action?
Hmm. How? Uh,
Can you take any action? See, you are not the counselor,
yes, sir.
you are not the politician, you are just
Yes,
a
sir.
student. If I come and give you a petition, sir, in my home there is no water, can please arrange it. If I come and tell you, is it possible for you to arrange water for me?
No, sir. It is difficult, sir.
It is difficult. Okay, fine. Okay, so scenario one. Okay, now you are the counselor. Okay,
Okay, sir.
I am a very poor man. Okay,
Yes, sir.
in this case, if I come and ask you to provide you the water, can you give me?
Yeah, I will try, sir. I will try to the
Okay, you will
coordinator.
try. Okay. Now, along with me, Justin, Karan, Nitish, Pradeep Kumar, Mukesh, Santu, Solomon, Sudalemani, Sufyan, around 20 people coming to your home. Okay, you are a counselor of the area.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if we come and protest near you, will you give water or not?
Yes, sir. I definitely give the water, sir.
Yes, you will definitely give, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you, Junaid. See, this is the this is the explanation for this definition. Okay, if we are isolated, that means isolated means if we are individual, alone individual. Okay, if we are a alone individual, we cannot get all the benefits that is belong to us. Okay, but if we are group of people, okay, if we are group of people who can support each other, we can get all the advantages which are meant for us. This is the simple explanation for this cooperative institutions. Cooperative institutions is nothing but group of people come together and work towards the betterment of the society. Okay, hope you are understanding the point. See, the Junaid was an ordinary person. I went and complained to him. He cannot do anything because he is powerless. He don't have any power. Okay. The next time Junaid is a counselor or MLA or MP, I went and complained some issue about my place or my home. He's not bothering at all. But when I went along with 10 or 20 people, what he told, sir, definitely I will do. See, that is the power of being in an association. Okay, so cooperative institutions are nothing but individuals, different individuals come together. Okay, they will come together, work together for the betterment of the society where they live, and they will get some benefit out of it. That is what Mclean Committee on Cooperation tells. Okay, there is another definition is given by International Labour Organization. This is also very simple and very important 3 mark. Okay, very important 3 mark or 2 mark. Okay, I seen in 2 different question papers. So, what this International Labour Organization tells about cooperative institution is cooperative organization is an association of persons. Okay, wait, I will ask someone to read. You people should not sleep, right? It's afternoon time. Okay. Whom shall we call? Saranya. Saranya, can you hear me? Saranya? Saranya, can you hear? Okay, Saranya is not there. Okay, we will ask. Varsha. Varsha is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Varsha. Varsha, can you read this slide for me?
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah.
A cooperative organization is an association of persons initial of limit means who voluntarily join together to achieve
Okay,
a
okay.
common.
Okay, wait. Once again. So, what is the first statement Varsha read is, the cooperative organization is association of persons, usually of limited means. Okay, they will have very less ability. They will not have every power. They will not have every wealth, but they will have some limitations. Okay, and they come voluntarily. No one will force. They will come voluntarily. Okay. Next, Varsha.
Common economic and through
Achieve.
the formation. Achieve a common economic and through the formation of democratic controlled organization, making
Okay.
equitable.
Yes, read. Making equitable
Contribution to the capital required and accepting favor share of risk benefits of the undertaking.
Okay. See, very simple definition, right? By reading itself, you can learn, you can just understand. What they're telling is, see, these people are not powerful people. They don't have much power. They will have very limited power, limited wealth. They will have some limitations. Understand it, okay? But what they will do is, they will come and achieve. They will come together to achieve. See, there is a spelling mistake. I will correct it when I send you the notes. Okay. So together to achieve a common economic end. Okay. So common economic end through the formation of democratically controlled organization. What is meant by democratic? What is meant by democratic? Democratic means what? What is meant by democratic? Is India is a democratic country? Father people. What is this father people? Makkalachi. Yes. Democratic is Makkalachi. Makkalal, Makkalukagave. Yes. Makkalal, Makkalukaga, Makkale Seyyamachi, Makkalachi. Democratic is nothing but for the people and by the people. Okay, based on the system of democracy. Democracy is where your rights are protected, your lives, your rights, your lives, everything is protected based on various legal formations. Okay, Jananayagam. Okay, right. Janasri is saying Jananayagam. So democratic means, what is the opposite for democratic? What is the opposite term for democratic?
Arasachi, sir.
What is it? What is in English? What is in English? Anyone? Arasachi, North Korea. What is North Korea? Okay, democratic and non-democratic they tell. Okay. So yes, North Korea is a non-democratic country where Government rules the people. Some authoritarian will be there. He will be ruling. Whatever he takes a decision, that is final. Nobody can comment. But in India, is democratic country or non-democratic country? India is which country? Democratic or non-democratic?
Democratic, sir.
Okay, nice. India is a democratic country. How are you saying that India is a democratic country? Okay, India is democratic country. How are you saying that India is democratic country? Are you there? Because government is chosen by people. See, we choose we choose our MLAs, right? We choose our MPs, right? Like Mukesh also was a councillor before 5 minutes. Maybe we all voted him, right? Yes, Janice is telling for the people, of the people, for the people, by the people. So non-corporate also works in this way. They're very democratic. They're not non-democratic. Only you should do whatever I say. They will not tell like this. They will come together because they have a common purpose. So they will also split among them. And what the end of the definition, what it tells, okay, I'm accepting all the risk, man, in this business. I'm investing this much, and whatever benefit comes, we will share it based on my investment. This is what the International Labour Organization tells regarding cooperative institutions. A cooperative institution is an association of persons, okay, association of persons. See, we have to understand, in non-corporate enterprises, it is about only one person. In corporate enterprises, whatever form it is, whether it is joint into family firm, sole proprietorship, partnership, whatever it is, okay, there comes this particular term called, in any of the corporate enterprise setup, there is a term called association of persons. That is very, very important. Okay, so cooperative is association of individuals who have very less ability, strength, power, money. So they will come together and they will achieve some common goal by implementing a democratic environment. Nobody will boast anyone. Okay, though democratic will be there, and they will equally distribute all the contribution, all the profit, all the loss, whatever they gain. That is what known to be cooperative institutions. And we can classify this cooperative in different ways. And before we see that, we have to see the characteristics of this cooperative institutions. Okay, some salient features we will tell regarding this cooperative institutions. The first thing is voluntary association. Okay, we are discussing, right? It is based on voluntaryship. If I ask Sufyan, can you join for this work? If he comes willingly, yes sir, I will come, I will do. If he comes willingly, that is known to be voluntary work. If I tell Sufyan, no sir, I will not do, if he tells, but if I tell him, hey, you have to do, if I order him, that is not voluntary. So cooperatives institutions, first and foremost purpose is voluntary association. Okay, second is open membership. Anybody can come and join. It is not restricted within only these people can join. See, in joint Hindu family, there is some limitation, right? Only Hindu family can form this. Only the inherited family will come this. So in cooperative institutions, anybody can come and join. There is open membership is available. And there is something called equality in voting. Okay, what is this equality in voting? Any idea? Voting. What is this voting?
Election.
What is voting?
Put vote for election, sir.
Okay. Put vote for election. Okay, equality in voting here, what they mean is when you form a corporate company, okay, when you form a corporate company, there will be board of members, okay, there will be board of members and the board of directors will be there. So what they will do is, if any action to be taken, okay, any step be implemented, they will ask this board of directors and board of members to come and vote for the cause. See, we will tell, for example, if we want to take Varsha as our class leader, okay, okay, we'll put like this. We want to take the class is divided into two people, okay. Few will support Varsha, few will not support Varsha, okay. So we will go me, Sudalaimani, Sufyan, Venkat are in board directors. We are board directors. We will tell, okay, sir, we want to select Varsha as a class leader, but the class is divided into two. One party doesn't like Varsha, the other party likes Varsha. So what we have to do? So now we are 4 directors, right? What we will do? We will give our vote. For example, maybe Solomon will give vote to Varsha. I will give vote to Varsha, but Janasri will not give vote to Varsha. Okay, so just for joke, I am telling. Okay, just for example, don't take it personally. Okay, and Sufyan tells, no, I am not voting. I don't want to select her, or I don't want to reject her. So I will not vote. Is it? So out of 4, Varsha got 2. So what happens? Automatically Varsha wins, and she will be winning the class representative election. See, same thing happens in any corporate industry. Okay, you cannot simply fire a person from a very big role, from the managing director or who is in a board. You cannot simply fire him. You should get the approval of the members. So that is what this voting system is available in corporate enterprises. So here in cooperative institutions, everybody can vote. Whoever is a member, he can vote. That is what the meaning is. And there is democratic management. We saw very lot about democratic, what is democratic and all. And then fixed return on capital. See, we saw this in the definition, right? Accepting fair shares of risk and benefit of the undertaking. Whatever the amount I invest, I will get it as a return. That is what the meaning is. And there is dispose of surplus. If the company is gaining more profit, okay, they will distribute to every member. But in some other company, no, they will reserve it, maybe for different purpose or maybe for different operation. They will be preserving. But in cooperative institutions, they will not do. And finally, what is the main objective of cooperative institutions is service motto. They want to do service to the people. That is what they do. And there are different types of this cooperative institutions are available. Few examples we will see, and majority they focus on the betterment of the people. Okay, they will be focusing on betterment of the people. The first type is consumers cooperative institutions. Okay, so I couldn't put the institutions in all the box, so it will become very small. That is why I removed that word. Okay, you have to add it. Consumer cooperative institutions. Okay, so consumer cooperative institution is typically aiming at, if you consume a product, if you want to buy a biscuit packet, okay, so I want to buy a biscuit packet. So what I will be buying it from a shop. Okay, so what this cooperative will do is they will be creating an environment where people come and buy things they want. Okay, that is what they do in consumer cooperative institutions. So they will come together, they will invest, they'll get products, so people will come and buy the products. So maybe you might have seen this Kootturavu Pandaga Salai. If you have seen this cooperative, I'm not sure what is they call it in English. I will check it. Okay, but in Tamil you might have seen it. Kootturavu Pandaga Salai. You can go and get some groceries, some few household materials. You can get it. It is there. Consumer cooperative institutions. And next we have got producer or industry institutions. Where in consumer we get products, right? We get we get the end product, for example, wheat, biscuits, all those things. But in producer or industry cooperative institutions, this producers and industrial people come together and they will work together. Okay, hey, okay, I am manufacturing a car, you give me tires, you give me doors, you give me glass, we'll put together and we'll make a car. That is what known to be producer or industry cooperative institutions. And then we have got marketing cooperative institutions. This marketing cooperative institution is nothing but making sure that all the products are gone for marketing. They will make sure that all the products are gone for some marketing activity. That is what they will do, marketing cooperative institutions. And we have got three more, okay? Credit societies, housing society, and farming society. So it's supposed to be a parallel line. For better clarification, I subdivided, okay? So I can use all the places. Okay, so this credit society is nothing but they will give you money. Okay, cooperative banks, you might have known, Kootturavu Vangigal, you might have seen it. Okay, this cooperative banks go do this. They will give you loans. They will give you some money for some mortgages. So they will be doing like this. Credit societies, they will call it. And there is something called housing societies. What these housing societies will do? These housing societies will provide homes to people who want them. Okay, they 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 come together. They build a house and they will sell. This is what this housing society cooperative institution work. Whether you can buy or you can rent. That is how they do. And finally, farming society. This farming society is focused on helping the farmers. So they will provide support to farmers to get the raw materials, to sell the end product, maybe vegetable or fruit in the market. They'll be helping it. See, these are the different types of cooperative institutions. Okay, and even in cooperative institutions, we have got some merits and demerits. Okay, the first merit will be it is easy formation, very easy. Maybe we can also start one cooperative in the first BBA. We can start one if we have any idea. Okay, so it is very easy formation. Only thing you should have is you should be 18+ years old. Okay, that's the only criteria they'll be asking, nothing else. So it is easy formation. You should have some service motto. This is not meant for profit making, rather service motto. Because why it is service motto? See, it is one of the salient features of cooperative institutions. And then there is one more merit is it is a democratic management. Everybody can speak. Everybody has a right. So democratic management is there. And it avoids exploitation. What is exploitation? What do you mean by exploitation?
Surrendudal.
Surrendudal, yes. You take off the wealth from others. That is what mean to be exploitation. You grab someone's wealth. That is what exploitation. But what cooperative institution does is they prevent this exploitation. Many of the corporate companies, we blame them because they exploit our environment. They exploit our resources. They exploit our human skills. But in cooperative institutions, rather exploiting, they wanted to serve the society. So there should be some service motto. And finally, there is self-government. Okay, self-government is they can manage. Someone will be there to take care of them, so they'll be managing it. And finally, we have got some demerits as well. See, we are seeing it from every business organization has some merits and demerits. Cooperative institutions also has some demerits. The first demerit is it is not suitable for the large business. Maybe for a small business it will be helpful. Maybe you might have known about this self-help group, Suya Udavi Kulukal. Okay, for them this cooperative institution model is perfect. But for a larger business, it is not suitable to carry on. And there will be some inefficient of management. Okay, maybe Janashri may be good in communication skill, I may be good in marketing skill, Sufyan Sadiq may be in people skill, but there will be some lack will be there. So though there are many volunteers, they will be lacking some efficiency. The management quality will be less. And the attitude, 10 people are there in the association, okay, or a cooperation. Will the 10 people will think same or in different manner? Will the 10 of the members will think the same, or 10 of them will think differently? Different, okay. See, they will be having different opinions, so attitude of the members will be spoiling the goodness of this business model, okay. And weakness in its lending system. What is mean by lending? What is mean by lending? Borrowing. Yes, giving. So these cooperative institutions will lack something in lending, to borrow or to give someone something. They'll be lacking because they will not that much capacity to serve people. And finally, red tapeism. What is this red tapeism? Anybody knows it? Red tapeism. Red tapeism. Anybody knows it? Red tapeism. Okay, tomorrow morning I will ask, okay, I will ask anyone what is red tapeism, okay. You have to go through and find out and come and tell what is red tapeism. So these are the merits and demerits of the cooperative institutions. Just we will have a short recap of what we learned today. Today we saw about cooperative institutions. Cooperative institutions are nothing but institutions which are formed by different individuals for a common economic goal, which is found or which is started for a social motto, okay. So there is two definitions available: McLean Committee on Cooperation and International Labor Organization's definition on cooperative institutions. Both the definitions are similar in meaning. What they tell, see, individuals come together power, but they will contribute to the society by investing their capital, and they will share the risk and all the benefits equally. That is what these two definitions are defining as. So there are few salient features for cooperative institutions. First is it is a voluntary association. Second is open membership. Third is equality in voting. And fourth is democratic management. And fifth is fixed return on capital. And sixth is disposal of surplus. And seventh is service motto. And finally, we have seen some different types of cooperative institutions. First one is consumer cooperative institutions, producer or industry cooperative institutions, marketing cooperative institutions, credit societies, housing societies, and farming societies. And there are merits and demerits for the cooperative institutions. The merits are they can be formed easily. It is a service-based business formation, democratic management. It avoids exploitation and self-government. And for demerits, it is not suitable for a big business, and there is inefficient management will be visible. There is some attitudinal problem may come among the members. It is not good for huge lending purpose. It cannot lend so much. So it's lending capability is very less. And finally, red tapeism. Okay, any doubts here? Any doubts? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Thank you.